r/IDontWorkHereLady. The Karen Saga. Don't mess with the people who serve you, Karen. Background: I've worked in the casino business for 16 years, started off working in the kitchens, and worked my way up to being a casino host in about 10 years. So I know all the ins and outs of the business in order to make our most elite players as comfortable and fun as possible. No, I've never got to serve any celebrities. There's another host above me who's there just for that privilege. I worked there for a couple more years, even after finishing college and getting the degrees I wanted. All help paid for by the casino for my loyal service. Thanks again. The scene: I'm out alone celebrating a promotion lined up for me at my new job that I've been working for the last 2 years. I was on good terms with everyone when I left, and said hello and caught up with a few of them, even getting free drinks from the service girls as a congratulations. Since I know how hard they all work, I tip everyone I meet very generously. Unfortunately, this means that my old patrons/players/guests, you name it, also remember me. And one in particular, the Karen, treats everyone like shit. I've known and hosted her for years, so I know everything she likes and hates. She's been banned on multiple occasions for harassing other players. Once, she threw one of those huge margaritas that you are supposed to share with 4 people off of a balcony and gave another player who had hit a concussion. Of course, this lady spends so much money at the casino that the worst that happened was she got banned for a year and settled out of court with the other lady she hit with the margarita. It sucks that she's one of the wealthier patrons of the casino, spending millions every year at our establishment, yet always says she'll never come back because she never wins, and the service is absolute shit, mainly in regards to me, despite doing everything she has ever asked of me, exactly as she asked. She sees me having a drink at one of the bars, and decides to try and ruin my good time. Hey, Lead Rain, why haven't I seen you in a while? Me: oh hey, feigning like I'm glad to see her. I'm really not. I'm just out having a few drinks. Figured I'd check out my old stomping grounds. How've you? She rolls her eyes at me, like I'm boring her to death, nothing I haven't seen before, and interrupts me. Her face and attitude change like she's some high-class Snitch talking down to a peasant. Something I see a lot of rich people do. Okay, great, since you aren't doing anything, go cash out my chips for me. Those ducking cunts behind the counter won't pay me out since I'm over the cash out limit, and I left my license upstairs back in the shitty ducking room they gave me. I never understood why people don't carry ID on them in a casino. This is a problem that happens way too often, so people carry your ID at all times. Also, there's a certain threshold of money that the cashiers are not allowed to cash out without proper ID. It's really not a big deal. It's mainly for in-house auditing, and in no way has to do with taxes. Those are mainly jackpots and promotional winners. We try to make things easier, but some people live to make others' lives difficult. Like Karen. Me, I would, but I really don't want. Just shut the duck up and do what I tell you, or are you too ducking stupid to follow simple instructions? Get it done, or I'll find out where you do work, and not only will I get you fired, but you'll be living in the gutter for the rest of your life. It takes everything I have not to snap. So I bite my tongue as I start to come up with how I'm going to get back at this woman. Me? Okay. Karen, give me everything you have, and I'll take care of it. I say as calmly as I can. I so have you by the balls. Ducking ditchless Dusty. Oh, and don't tip yourself. I know you make more than minimum wage here, so it's not like you need it or anything. I'm not comfortable tipping myself with clients I am on the best terms with, but I'm ready to snap with this woman. She dumps thousands, roughly $10,000 worth of chips on the bar counter, not even caring that a few $100 ones end up rolling on the ground and into the barkeeper's area, who kindly helps me gather them up. She leaves, and I'm shaking in fury. until I calmed myself enough to go through with my plan, and start gathering all the chips into a couple racks that were conveniently nearby. The barkeep, Chris fake name, asks if I'm okay. Having seen the whole exchange, I hand him 3 of the $100 chips, with a malicious smile on my face. "It's going to be a good night for the staff," I said. "Ducking do it, man," Chris cheered me on. And I went off handing chips off to any casino employees I run across. I had to go to the cashiers to break up a couple $1,000 chips, and gave them a $100 each. In less than an hour, I had given away nearly $10,000, and I just left. I got a call from one of my old work buddies about the shitstorm Karen threw when she found out I had given all her money away. She punched the executive host in the face and is now perma-banned from the casino, and blacklisted from several others, with an assault charge on top. When she gave me her chips, it looked exactly like that on the cameras. She had given me chips, and she forgot to tell me when to meet her in order to get them back. And since I was another casino patron, that amounted to abandoned cash. Basically, if you're careless enough to leave behind, or in Karen's case, give away money, then that money doesn't belong to anyone. And it's finders keepers at that point. Even if I stayed and got caught questioned, then the worst they could ever do to me was ask for the money back, and if I refused, then it would be a 3-day ban and an immediate escort out of the casino. I know $10,000 is a drop in the bucket to Karen, but the blow to her ego is worth so much more. Edit. Casinos are supposed to be a fun environment. You can't have fun if people are constantly suing or getting banned from the casino, hence the light ban sentences. If they ban their patrons, the casino suffers, and they don't make money. It's better to let the person go free, and have them come back a few days later and spend all that cash that they've stolen. Not all casinos are the same, but at mine, this is how things were handled. It would have only been stealing had I done anything other than sit there and accept the chips. It was Karen's stupidity and arrogance that lost her all that money. Casinos do keep track of how much a person spends, and Karen would spend millions. EDIT too. Not all bans are equal. I do know of some wealthy multi-millionaires that were perma-banned within a few hours because of how they treated the female wait staff. We already had a heads up about these two, since they were banned earlier that night from another casino and drove 3 hours to come to ours. They were textbook misogynists, grabbing girls under their skirts, forcing them to sit in their laps. Horrible behavior from 2 20-something-year-old men. They made the woman who was dealing blackjack cry her eyes out. I knew her. This girl had been with the casino for decades. She had skin like iron, but they broke her down in no time. Our executive director, the highest position in a casino, think CEO of a casino, gave an order I will never forget. The simple solution? Only have male staff serve them. Only male dealers, only male waiters. You name it, the guys were on it. Their attitude mellowed out for a while, until they realized they weren't getting served by women anymore, and they started berating and getting physical with the male staff. Our ed ordered them out and perma-banned immediately. She came to escort them out herself. Lol. God shit with this woman. Like and subscribe. This is my flat, not a shop. To quickly make sense of the title, my fiancé and I moved into a flat together. 1-bedroom flat above a shop which happens to be a tailor's shop of some kind. It's a small place, but we turned this place into our perfect home, but that's another story of how we improved our home. Anyway, after a few months we settled in. I was walking home from work. The perks of living very close to work. I work in a petrol station as part of a supermarket, so we have uniforms that clearly state that we work there. Anyway, so the way to our flat, we unlock a big door that gets us into the main sort of building, I'll call it, and this goes for all our neighbors that we have to keep that door locked at all times. Then there's just a few stairs to our flat. Anyway, since this huge door we go through first, it happened to be right next to this tailor's shop. Minding my own business as usual, trying to get myself home ready to chill out, I hear a lady call out to me as I was about to shut the door and lock it. I opened the door thinking it's probably one of our neighbors who forgot a key or any neighbor's guests. As soon as I opened the door, a giant quilt was dumped into my arms. "Hello my dear, I was wondering if you can patch up this hole in the corner of this for me. And I heard from a friend that you can make blankets out of old clothes like it's in memory of people." I clocked on. The lady thinks I'm the owner of the tailor shop, which was closed. Me: "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not the shop owner. The door to that is just right there." I pointed to it and realized it was closed. "And it's closed." The lady: "But you are the tailor's shop, are you?" Me: "I'm not, I'm afraid. I don't own it and I don't work there either." The lady, pointing at my flat keys and the door which I just opened, which I can't wait to close. "Then what's this place then? You have to be the tailor's then." Me: "This is the door I go through to enter my flat. You know where I live. I do in fact live above the tailor's shop, but it doesn't mean I own that too." The lady: "That's just ridiculous. Look, stop messing around. When can you sort out this quilt?" Now in my head I thought I can easily sew, and if I had a sewing set I'd have done this for her just for a bit of extra cash. But I didn't. Me: "Look." Handed back her quilt. "I don't work or own the tailor's," pointed at my uniform and the logo on my jacket. "I work over there." Pointed over to the supermarket where I worked a long-ass shift since 6 a.m. I even opened my jacket and showed her my name badge and my clocking card to really prove to her that I work somewhere else other than a tailor's. The lady: "Ooh, I'm sorry love, but do you know what time this shop will open?" Me: "I don't have the slightest clue, but I can guess maybe tomorrow." Pointed at their telephone number advertised on their shop. "If you write down that number, it's best to try call them to find out, save you traveling all the way here for possibly nothing." The lady stormed off without a thank you for at least helping her. Like and subscribe.